This is the way in which Colombia is seen from the outside, and we have reached the point where we Colombians see it like that as well, forgetting who we are and what we dream, because something for which our country is recognized is to be full of good people, people with dreams, and people who never lose hope. Colombia has had years of fights, disagreements, and violence. It is time that this same story unite us. To recognize all the things that made us the happiest country in the world, to enjoy it again, and to feel proud to be the second country with the greatest biodiversity in the world, to enjoy every corner of the country that make us diverse, as the Sierra Nevada, the Amazon rainforest, Caño Cristales, and many others, to be able to explore the fortune of living in Colombia, to return to be the happiest country in the world. In order to achieve this, it is necessary to solve the biggest problem that Colombia is facing nowadays. Our biggest problem is that Colombian economy has experienced drastic change over the last years. The economic growth in 2016 was 2% lower than previous years. The Colombian peso has not recovered the value lost after the decrease in the oil prices. Unemployment rates are increasing and have been higher than 9%. This means that the workforce is not fully employed. In the financial market, the amount of unpaid credits is growing. Sustainable production remains below international standards, since pollution levels in main cities of Colombia like Medellin are becoming a threat for human health. All of these symptoms are manifestations of possible recession. By effectively addressing unemployment, the overall productivity of the nation is expected to improve as well. The best way to achieve this is by implementing not a state project but a country project, one which includes the 47 million of Colombians, one that shows the world that Colombia is made to achieve great things.
The country project is based in three pillars. First of all, the fiscal policy that consists of adopting an expansionary policy by cutting levied taxes or by increasing government expenditures will activate the aggregate demand. Increased consumption and internal demand for goods and services will raise consumption, thereby increasing companies' requirements of workers and direct labor. Other fiscal policy will be offer tax breaks to companies so that firms are induced to take on new employees. This policy will also promote environmentally sustainable ventures, will allow tax benefits from demonstrated results of reduced carbon and water marks, giving them subsidies or low-cost credits to finance new productive means and or to improve the ones that they have so that they have a more sustainable operation. And finally, educating the population on the importance of protecting the natural resources that we have now so that we can still use them as raw materials in the future. Regarding the monetary policy, a reducing interest rates are will make that the cost of borrowing loanable funds will reduce, thereby inducing firms to invest in capital and expand their production capacity. Likewise, a reduction in interest rates, consumers are also expected to take on more credit and increase their consumption. Other policy will be the use of international reserves. When the exchange rate reaches a very high level, presenting a strong devaluation, it means that dollars in the market are scarce, and for this reason the price rises. In such a case, the Monetary and Exchange Authority can sell dollars that it has in reserves. When this is done, the price of the foreign currency is low and the exchange rate is again within acceptable conditions. On the unemployment policy, the peace process have generated confidence in many displaced people that once had to migrate to the cities and had a very hard time there. This new political environment has motivated them to return to their land. By adopting policies that promote opportunities to grow crops and give the small producers incentives for them to return to their activities and take advantage of all the knowledge that they had on their agricultural practices that disable them from being up to the standards of employers in the cities. Other policy must be educational and training regulations in order to broaden coverage and improve education quality.